it's Nene, Foxy Mama 365. We're back again with another Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part 3. Bravo! Nope. This most certainly was not it. It was like the more we looked, the less we understood. No, most certainly not. So Nene is out. This was, no. It started so well, the reunion started so well because obviously our expectations were raised, you know, especially with the very first one where we were wondering how was the virtual reunion going to work out, and it turned out really good. However, by the second and now the third one, it left us with more questions. Why the hell was Yovanna there? She created more, like, we didn't. Usually the reunion is meant to clear up stuff. This didn't. And if Yovanna was there, why wasn't the cookie lady there? Just saying. Why wasn't Mark there? Just asking too. Which are why Nene had beef with the ladies or with being there. Anyways, Nene out. Mayday, 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 mayday. Send out a search party out for Nene, okay? It's just so crazy. At this point, I think a lot of things have to change with the show. I want to know what you guys think. Who do you guys want to come back? Who do you guys want to stay? And should Nene return after this display yet again? It always seems that every reunion, Nene always feels the need to have this crazy display. And Nene was the one telling the ladies, oh, come with your reeds, get ready and all of that. And then now, so it kind of like it looked like a punk move to, you know, take off and not be able to stand up, you know, and, you know, defend yourself. Let's get right into it, okay? Kenya and Cynthia, not a real friendship. So we see Kenya trying to justify and say, yeah, she's Cynthia's best friend. She's the best thing, you know, that happened to Cynthia since, you know, time immemorial. And of course, they go back to clips and show where their friendship and how tumultuous it has kind of been. Of course, they also show the proposal being ruined by Kenya. And Cynthia saying, oh, she doesn't understand what. And I like Cynthia growing some balls, you know, and saying she doesn't understand. It wasn't Kenya's place to have mentioned or told her that it might be a proposal. And truly, it really wasn't Kenya's place to have done that. That was a bitch-ass move. Because that's a proposal is something that you probably never get back. You know, every time you think about your proposal, you're not going to think about it such, you know, with so much. You're going to always remember this Kenya trying to, you know, ruin such a great moment. Kenya apologizes for that. They show the winery all the way in Greece, in which Kenya was trying to portray Cynthia to not really know much about wines and all of that, and kind of like making Cynthia out to just pretty much be a retailer and not really a connoisseur of wines. So it was kind of bad. Because Kenya says, oh well, she should have probably not gone on and on with the questions about what kind of food you have, what kind of wine you should have with certain foods and stuff like that. So of course, yet again, Kenya apologizes. The cookie lady situation, Kenya throwing Cynthia under the bus. She did, in which this cookie lady was brought. Cynthia didn't know that the cookie lady was going to show up. And then of course, Kenya also went ahead and said, hey, but you also tried to bring the cookie lady to Brooklyn's birthday party. And you actually brought her there to confront Tanya. It wasn't a good move. And Cynthia is trying to make excuses and say, oh, well, she really didn't, you know, she wasn't trying to blow off Tanya's head. She did bring so the lady could just talk to her. And everybody else is looking at her, Candy saying, but that would have been a bad situation because you're kind of trying to confront her in the midst of a lot of people with the cameras rolling and all of that. It would have even been worse. Cynthia is saying, well, she really wasn't in a bad situation with Tanya, and she was just, you know, kind of wanting her to just have a conversation and get it over and done with. Like, it wasn't really a shady moment. Portia thinks you had a loaded gun, Kenya had a loaded gun, Kenya shot her loaded gun, but you did have a loaded gun, okay? Well, Cynthia says, well, what else is going on? Tanya feels pretty much, well, because Cynthia came up to her and told her what was going on, she's not really that mad at Cynthia, so keeping it pushing. Does Cynthia think that Kenya and Nene, or does Cynthia hold Kenya to a lower standard of friendship than she does Nene? I think so. However, Cynthia is justified in saying that the difference is when they do bad things or wrongs to her, Kenya will apologize, Nene will not. My question is, does an apology suffice for you continuing to do shitty things to me as a friend? In other words, the fact that you keep apologizing every time, is that okay for me to continue to be your friend? You know, like, you can apologize and okay, cool, let's keep moving. But I think at this point, Cynthia is kind of like seeing through Kenya and is kind of like, okay, you know what, I'm good. I'm going to probably swing on over to Eva, okay? So, but like she said, Nene never takes responsibility or accountability for all the stuff she does to Cynthia. So that's where the difference really lies. Okay. Nene and Kenya. Nene and Kenya are not friends. I don't know why people keep trying to make them. At this point, I think Kenya she kind of like sees through Nene and is done. So she's like in a place where she's like, girl, I don't think you have any good, will for me. So let's keep it pushing. Nene, on the other hand, was hoping that maybe they could try and mend things. However, they will always have this back and forth between them. Of course, they start up with the, you shut the fuck up from Toronto. You shut the fuck up, bitch. And then, of course, the cronking of the hands. Wake up. And it's kind of sad. You see Nene also in Greece trying to fellowship with Kenya, and Kenya literally turning it down. Did Nene spit on Kenya? The buffalo comment, will Kenya ever forgive that? And of course, Kenya saying Nene didn't spit. She never said Nene spat. However, Kenya girl, let's keep it 100. On Wendy Williams show, at the beginning of the season, you did say Nene spat. Okay? So anyways, Nene, they're saying Nene's showing text messages of saying she actually tried to reach out to Kenya. But Kenya is like, no, I'm not interested. She's blocked Nene. She doesn't really want anything to do with Nene. And of course, she's thinking, oh, if someone can spit on you, or she said, well, she didn't spit, but like, and truly, I agree. An attempt at spitting at me and throwing things and all of that's assault pretty much. And all of that, pretty much, those are fighting words. Kenya feels that with any other person, that would have been like, we would have gotten into it. It would have been serious, Where is the advocacy for Kenya being spat on? And I totally agree with Kenya on that, because had that been any other person, in fact, Nene probably wouldn't even have done it with any other person. So it was just so wrong. However, the ladies are now saying like Kenya is always very provocative. And I totally agree with that. Kenya provokes people. Kenya pushes your buttons, expecting you to react. And then she can say, because pretty much when you go to a court of law, the first person that throws the punch is usually the person that is at fault, right? So Kenya is not going to throw the first punch. However, she will do everything in her power to get a reaction out of you. So they're talking about Kenya being provocative. All the other ladies are thinking no. Well, some ladies think no. Kenya is saying she wasn't being provocative, that she was also being provoked as well. And you should be able to use your words, which is what she always says. But I don't agree with that. I'm taking this back to, remember when the Christopher Williams situation happened during Pillow Talk? Yes, that situation. Kenya got out of her seat and charged towards Natalie, Christopher's wife. And at that point, Christopher grabbed her to, halt her from charging his wife, and everything went haywire. Also remember when Kenya also had the scepter and she was attacking Portia and putting all the scepter in Portia's face? Yeah, all of that is provocative. Also with Kim Fields, pulling Kim Fields' seat. Girl, had that been any other person on the show, it would have been, that was just too much. Of course, she says she apologized for that. But Kenya, you are provocative. Now they're talking about Kenya getting out of her seat and going towards Shamia. This is at Candy's baby shower, and having a conversation with Shamia right beside Nene, who she had been going, at loggerheads with, they had been going back and forth already on the table. Why did Kenya need to circle round and stand right beside Nene to have this conversation with Patricia? It just didn't make any sense. So all those things are provocative. So of course Nene got up, and so it's too much. Of course, at this point, some of the ladies are saying, oh no, of course we have Eva chiming in. Shut the fuck up, Eva, okay? We have some of the ladies saying, we have Cynthia and Eva saying no, they didn't think it was provocative. And then of course some of the other ladies saying It was so off. At this point, everybody's going off. Hi, Ben. And they has to bring in Ben, okay, to calm the situation. He's so cute. Next on, that bitch, Yovanna, okay, from Clark, whatever, ACU. Snake is here. The snake is here. Yovanna. Why would this heifer come on this show and not portray herself in a good light? Yovanna just got an award. Why would she accept to do this on national TV? Okay. Snakegate. So Yovanna, we're seeing, scenes in which Yovanna was saying, yeah, somebody recorded you, there was a recording, and then Nene, and she was wondering why Nene here. Nene was punked out. She was here to, go one or toe-to-toe with Nene. Why Nene here? And this is kind of like, other ladies are like, what are you talking about? We thought Nene and Yovanna were on the same page. Yovanna said, yes, they were, up until she found out Nene, was kind of like throwing her under the bus. And Nene had sent her a cease and desist letter. And her attorney, Mike Sterling, Eva's husband, had to respond to that. And everybody's wondering, I thought you guys were cool. What in the world is going on? Yovanna says pretty much Nene sent her that letter to prevent her from talking about anything negative or anything that would defame Nene or bring her into, I don't even know, all the ways. I believe. Anyways, Andy asks Yovanna, did Nene tell you to record? And Yovanna says, absolutely. Okay. I totally believe Yovanna with this Nene asking her to record. However, Yovanna, you seem stupid to have actually accepted to do Nene's bidding. Because at this point, the ladies are not going to trust you to sit down and have a conversation with you if you agree to record. Yovanna says, well, she didn't record anybody because she's such a good person and it's not her character, she would never do such a thing. However, but she agreed to do it. But and ladies are looking at her like, girl, what really is the situation? So Nene asked you to record because so why are you she said yes, because Nene was pressed and thirsty and wanted all the information about Cynthia and every other person. She wanted to know what other people were talking smack about, which is not new. And I'm thinking, Yovanna, you do know that there are cameras everywhere following you guys most of the time. So you really don't need to record. If Cynthia says something bad about Nene, it would already be recorded. Somebody would be pressing play somewhere. It just didn't make any sense. Make it make sense to me. Anybody? Please? She says, that's Yovanna, that she didn't record anybody and woof, woof, woof. Pretty much everybody's saying, Yovanna, we don't get it. Cynthia says, well, the fact that Nene ain't here and Yovanna is here, she believes Yovanna, that Nene should be here, justifying and speaking her mind. Portia says, nope, she's going to speak up. She's not going to be hushed by she wants to say this, that she really has more questions than answers. And I totally do, because this left all of us literally so confused. So at Candy's house, Nene was quiet. Nene told Candy, I didn't lie to you about the recording. Yovanna says, oh, but there was no recording. Absolutely not, I didn't record. So it's really confusing. Now she's saying Nene was the one that put her up to recording. So Candy's saying, but girl, we really thought you were coming into the group with good intentions. And now we're hearing that you were snitching for Nene. Like, this is just so crazy. Now, Andy wants to know, with a show of hands, how many of you believe Yovanna? Of course, we have Kenya, Eva, Cynthia that believe Yovanna. How many of you believe Nene or are on Nene's side? Candy is a little in the middle. Portia is confused. Marlo is... everybody's so confused. Candy is really upset with Yovanna. She says, why are you willing to throw your friendship, Portia gets Nene on the phone. Hey girl, get back on your camera. Get back on your computer, girl. Come on. Come back on. And they have Nene on the phone. We don't care at this point. All the other ladies are really upset. Why did Nene take off? Why isn't Nene here to defend her punk ass? and they're like saying, Nene, well, if you're not here, we don't care. Since you aren't here, we're just going to, you know, dog you in. We're just going to assume that really you... I do believe that Nene asked Yovanna to record. And Yovanna did record Cynthia, because there are text messages from Nene, between Nene and Yovanna, in which Yovanna said her husband asked her not to release the recording because it would have been a breach on Cynthia's privacy, so she couldn't release it. But I do believe that Nene did send Yovanna to go record. All of this is allegedly, okay? Just my thinking, because it just all doesn't make any sense. But more importantly, what kind of woman would want to come on this show, you know, with everything you can show, your accolades, your, you know, your businesses, promote yourself? Why would you come on a show and pretend to be a snitch and then come back and say, oh, you were not really a snitch, but really I was trying to snitch for you, but girl, Yovanna. And then you went on Sister Circle too, and you were talking shit and say, oh, it was mean. And it's like, oh, by the way, guys, check out my Instagram page. Yeah, because I have her Sister Circle stuff on that, on my Instagram, FoxyMama365, okay? It just doesn't make any sense. Anyone that understands it, please reach out to me and explain it to me like I'm a 3-year-old, okay? Next season, who do you guys want to come back? I'm done with Eva. Nene, Nene is the show. However, I think, yeah, Nene, at this point, Nene can pretty much, yeah. Nene can go, yeah. Candy, yeah, I really would like to see Phaedra back and see how Candy and Phaedra, you know, I really would like to see them get back good. I think they can, but it would be nice to see them go at it first and then see really what happened, how Phaedra got all that information about Candy being whatever, you know. That's what I would like. I would like to see Phaedra. Cynthia, on the other, I really don't care for Cynthia that much. However, they do need someone that is a middle person that can bring all the other ladies, that ladies all trust. And Cynthia always is that person that can bring, you know, Kenya, Nene, you know, Candy all together. That's the role that Cynthia plays. Portia, most certainly, if Portia is going to give us something else apart from Dennis, I'm done with that line. Yeah, so that's pretty much my lineup. I'll go with Kenya, Candy, Phaedra, Cynthia. You can throw in Nene if, yeah. But we just need some more, you know, like fresh, I don't know. Just, I don't know. If Nene goes, then I think Kenya should go. Pretty much that. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. I want to know what you guys think. You know, who do you guys want to come back? Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Yoo-hoo! This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're all done. Woohoo!